I know we're not in the wrong seats. Comes up to us and goes, these are our seats. And I'm like, oh my God. Guys, welcome to, and I'm Riri, obviously. And today I'm going to give you guys a rundown or a recap of my WrestleMania 40 experience in Philadelphia, April 6, 2024. It was a long day. Let me just get comfortable real quick.
A few moments later.
So, 2 days before, which was April 4th on a Thursday, this was all like a part of like the road to WrestleMania kind of. There was a kickoff show, April 5th, the day right after April 4th. And I was like, wow, I want to go. And it's like free at the convention center. And the two convention centers, the one that they announced for the kickoff show was literally maybe not even a few seconds away from the convention.
Child. Anyway, so
we had to go to for WrestleMania on Saturday, April 6th. So I was like, why don't we just go? Like, it's only a few seconds away. So I asked my dad to take off work for that day, April 5th, and he was like, oh yeah, like I'll take off work, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, yes, like I'm going to a kickoff show, yay. And then I was so excited. Tell me how the night of April 4th, that Thursday, he tells me I took off of work. I'm like, great, like, okay. And then he goes, not for that though. I was like, what?
oh my God.
What do you mean not for that? We're not going to the kickoff show.
Oh my God.
Wow, so you want to play me? I was like, what? Oh my God. We didn't get to do that. Also because it's 3 hours away, and New York from Pennsylvania is kind of like far in a sense of driving in 2 days and not staying overnight. I'm not going to do that yet. That Friday, April 5th, I had got a poster and started creating my sign for WrestleMania. The sign was, I feel like I could have done better, but I really had no time to figure out and think like, what do I want to do for this sign? In the middle of creating it, I was like, I had these black gems, like these rhinestones. I'm gonna put like a black sparkly border around it. The middle would just be like Rhea's name or like Rhea Bloody Ripley. I had a hard time figuring out what I was gonna do, honestly. I had created 2 different signs. I did not take a video or a picture of the first sign that I made. The second sign that I made also was not to my standards. I didn't want to spend any more time on the sign because I already spent an hour making the sign. I'm just gonna leave it because I don't want to go to WrestleMania without a sign. I feel like every WWE fan always kind of brings a sign. Just like, I don't want to be the one person without a sign. Either it's the best of the best or it's the worst, but we're gonna make it work. I do have a picture of it, but I'm gonna insert all the clips at the end of the video. April 6th was the day of WrestleMania. I was like so hyped. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to WrestleMania. Like, yes. Wow. Thinking WrestleMania is my first event, like, whoa, that's good. So maybe 5 something I got ready. I was wearing like a Rhea Ripley shirt that I got off the TikTok shop. That shirt was lit. I was wearing like black flares, like leggings, black and white platform Converse. So we started driving. The drive was nice. Not even we're at the convention center and there's a traffic jam. It was crazy and chaotic and things like that. And I also fell asleep halfway in the car ride, so like it wasn't really my concern to be looking at the road. We got there. You did have to pay. It wasn't expensive, but it depends also where you park. They like make you pay for different spots because like the more closer you are to like to get out and like to get in the arena is more expensive than the ones further away from the arena. They didn't charge us for parking however close and however far we were to the arena. So we were just kind of just lucky in that sense. So we went early, got in the line. When I tell you we walked towards the line, there was like 2 separate lines. I think one's for VIP because like, or like floor seats or something, because I know they get in early access before we, like people who are not on the floor access level kind of do. We got in the line. Line was out the parking lot because in the convention center there was another like parking lot, but I don't think we could park there. It kind of went out there, out of the gate as well. So obviously the gate had to be open, and it kind of went out into the main street of Philadelphia, which is chaos. We got into the arena, like, or the superstore I should say, maybe 20 to 25 minutes afterwards. So we got in. I got Cody's dog, Pharaoh. And then I got a Rhea Ripley WrestleMania shirt, and it was just like purple, and then it kind of just had like her. I also can't show you because I lost the shirt. I looked at the size and it was an XL. They have no other smaller sizes, and they didn't. So I just paid for that because whatever, like I didn't find a different size. And I was like, it's just a shirt, like maybe I could just like hang it up or something. I lost it. Looking at Rhea's championship, like the replica title, and I found out the price. It was
A few moments later.
500 something. I was like, oh no, I'm good. I'll pass on that. My mom was like, you're not getting that. I was like, okay, fine. So paid for our stuff, and then when we got out, it was kind of crazy because the amount of people I seen there, like just in that one bunch of crowd, because there was 2 escalators and then 1 staircase, but they weren't letting anybody up at the time. I do not know why. So me and my family were kind of just like looking like we're supposed to wait in that line. We had no choice. They were chanting things like let us in, or like you guys suck, and things like that to security guards. They laughed, it was like the whole time yelling. I do have some of that footage on my Instagram account, which I will link in my bio afterwards. They finally opened the escalators and the stairs, and everybody started going up, rushing, things like that. When I got on the escalator, I do not know where my parents were. They were scattered somewhere in that crowd. I had no clue. I looked to my side on the escalator step, and I was like, wow, not my mom, not my dad. And then I seen this like WWE fan, and she had like a Rhea shirt on, and it was a fun time. I was talking to her, things like that. So my mom ended up calling me. Internet in there was terrible, but what can I expect? So my mom ended up calling me. She found me when we got up to the top of the escalator. I was kind of hungry, and I went to go to like this, I think it was like a hot dog or like a hamburger spot or whatever inside the arena, 2nd floor. Instead, I got popcorn and a drink. I think it was water, but it was over $30 for 2 things. But what can I expect? They want their money, whatever. So I bought that, and my mom was like, pricey, okay. We go up another escalator, which is weird, to get up to the upper floor seats. That went smooth. Didn't lose my parents like last time. This is where things start to get crazy. A little chaotic. There are signs for, especially upper floor, there are signs above like the bottom staircase where you go up to get into the seats, like the actual like outside part or inside, depending on what arena you're in. But there was like signs above it, and it was just showing like the seats, and I think the seats had numbers and letters involved in them. It was kind of hard to find them, especially for a first time event going. I was like, I'm confused, like I don't know where to go. I was looking at the sign, and then my mom goes, where are we sitting? And my dad's just like next to her, like kind of wondering the same thing. My mom, like I'm looking on her phone, and I'm trying to find the sign that says where we sit. Mind you, these steps go up behind the WrestleMania sign, which is behind the ramp of the entryway of the wrestlers that they come out in. So this is behind, we sat all the way at the top of, like, behind the WrestleMania sign. Mind you, we were supposed to be on the other side of the arena on a whole different escalator. We were supposed to be on a whole other side to get to where our actual seats was. But because I couldn't find it, we just kind of went up, and my mom was like, is this the seats, is this the seats? And I was like, yeah, like I just repeatedly said it because I was clueless and I had no idea. But it wasn't really my fault, because on Ticketmaster it kind of showed like the letters and the numbers, and then I looked on the seat and I was like, oh, these are our seats, because it showed the same letters and numbers as what it showed on the phone. So I was like, okay, like this should be us. And I was like, row, whatever. So I was like, okay, this should be us. It was like a great little time, you know. Here's the experience with Rhea. So because I was behind the WrestleMania sign, I could not see her entrance until midway ramp she was at, and then I could see like the live performance of Motionless Away and then her and things like that. So that was really cool to see live. I've always kind of wanted to see Rhea live, just because like she's my favorite wrestler and things like that. So what do you expect? When I heard, all I seen was on the big screen was just Rhea Ripley and like the chains and stuff, and then I just heard her entrance, and I was like, that don't sound like her music in a sense of it sounds like a band actually playing it. And I was like, my voice, oh my god, when I heard it, I was like, I can't see, but I'm just gonna scream because it's Rhea. Why not? I feel like every mosh would do that. Can't see it, just scream. So I heard her entrance. I was screaming like really loud. I lost my voice a couple days after that, and the day of after I went out of WrestleMania. Great experience. I love seeing my girl though. It was great. So her match went great. Everything else, the show went smooth. I was just enjoying it, screaming, you know, having a good time. My sign almost flew away, but I luckily put it in the bag, so it didn't. Mid-show, during Dominic's match, I mentioned earlier how we were behind the WrestleMania sign and how we were supposed to be on the other side of the arena. Now going back to what I'm saying now, two people come up to us. There's this woman and then there's this man. They were very sweet, although, but they came up to us first time and goes, "Are you guys in the right seats?" I'm just kind of confused, like, because I was so into the show, I was kind of just like, what are they talking about? Like, why are they asking if we're in the right seats? Like, are you trying to get in our seats or something? My mom, I feel the look of judgment on her face towards me. And I just feel like her eyes are filled with flames with me. I'm just like, oh no. My dad's just kind of like looking at me like this, like, Rihanna, did you choose the right seats? She kind of like elbows me and is like, why are we in the wrong seats? And I was like, my heart was telling me at the time earlier when I told her we were on the right seats that we weren't in the right seats, but then my mind was just like, I just kind of blurted out to my mom like, yes, we're in the right seats, so she could stop talking. Then the woman like standing next to that guy who said what he said to us, she was kind of like, yeah, like, are you guys in the right seats? Kind of just like agreeing and like, you know, going along with what he said. He was like, because it shows these are our seats on the phone. And then he was kind of just like showing us like his tickets on the phone and like where his seats was. My mom is like whispering to me and goes, we just paid for seats that we can't even sit in because we're on the other side of the arena and we're supposed to be on the other side of the arena, but we're literally behind the WrestleMania sign. So that was my fault. I would have had luxury cute seats, but because I did the wrong thing and because Ticketmaster is probably my last and first place I would ever order tickets from again. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. We look on the phone and I'm like, oh my god, we're supposed to be on the other side of the arena. And my mom's like, she's just kind of going off on me silently, but she's not like gonna say it out loud. So then I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry, we're in the seats, like, we can move. And he's like, no, just stay there. And I'm like, really? Like, and my mom's just like, no, we're moving to the seats that we paid for. And my dad's kind of just like going along with what my mom said. And then I'm like, but this is your seat, like, we don't want to. And then he's like, no, just stay here, like, it's fine, it's okay. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then my mom is kind of just like mad at me a little bit. But yeah, that was the story of the chaos of being in the wrong seats at WrestleMania, because I could have seen the entryway when Rhea and everybody else came out, but instead I sat in somebody else's seat across the entire arena where we were supposed to be at. And yeah, that was that. Otherwise, after that, they kind of just let us sit in the seats, and then they moved next to us, hoping that it wasn't anybody else's seat, because luckily it wasn't. So yeah. Later in the show, everything was smooth. It was great. During someone's match, I forgot who, but there was like a bright light shining through like the reflection of like where we were sitting, and everyone was kind of just like, turn the light off, turn the light off, turn the light off. And I was kind of chanting that too, because I was getting blinded. Like, I'm already blind. Like, I have a glass. Like, I'm already blind. And they're just trying to blind me even more. Like, I'm gonna go completely blind if they don't turn that light off. So my dad's kind of just like chanting with me, like, turn the light off, turn the light off. And then they turned it off finally. I got very great clips out there at WrestleMania, and then I also got really bad quality ones, which I will not be inserting because y'all gonna think I have an Android, and that's not the case. During Cody's match, when he came out, maybe even before that, before that, I think after the ladder match with Dom and everybody else, my mom goes, like, it was really chilly in Philadelphia, like, it was crazy chilly. My mom goes, I'm cold, like I'm really cold. I'm like, go get a blanket from the store. And then my dad's trying to like he wasn't chilly because he had like a hoodie on, like a WrestleMania hoodie. And my mom was like, I'm really cold. And then I was like, just go to the superstore and like get a hoodie. I mean, a hoodie or a blanket, because like I don't think it's closed. But it could be. But I don't think the superstore was closed. They go down, and then they kind of just leave me there. And then they come back up, and they're just like, there's none. Like, it's closed. And I was like, okay. So we are kind of out of luck because my mom's cold. She was wearing a short sleeve, and she didn't have a jacket. So my dad gave her a hoodie, and she was kind of just like, I'm still cold, like, and I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. And then I was kind of just like enjoying the show still. Tell me how my mom is so cold, she makes us leave. I said, no. I was like, no way we're leaving. She goes, yes, I'm too cold, like, I need to go to the car. Like, I was like, why can't my dad just stay with me? She's like, no, we're all going. Trust, my mom's not that mean. Like, my mom's not mean to me, but she was just really cold. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving WrestleMania early. So I cried because I was like, wow, no way I'm leaving WrestleMania early. I came here to enjoy the show, not to leave early, but whatever. So outside, we got out. They had like a big bowl of Snickers, so I was like, okay, Snickers my favorite candy. I got a bunch stacked up on them real badly. So we got at the arena, and then I heard Cody's entrance. It was really loud. I kind of like did this, like kind of like the thing he does in his entrance, that whoa part. And I was doing that outside because if I'm not in the arena, I'm gonna enjoy out the arena. So we were kind of just driving past the arena after we got in the car, and then I could still hear the entrances and stuff, so I was kind of just doing it in the car. April 7th, Sunday. My voice, terrible. I couldn't even speak. Like, I sounded like someone who, like I lost my vocal cords. Like, I got them, like, ripped out, and, like, I can't, like, talk. Like, that's what I sounded like. And it sounded like I had a cold or something like that. I ended up getting sick the day of April 7th, Sunday. The day that I'm currently talking about, I ended up getting sick because it was cold, and the breeze just did not help, and me screaming, and I really didn't have, I had a short sleeve on, so, yeah. So I got sick after WrestleMania. But it was a fun time while I was there. That was my crazy WrestleMania experience. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.